Hello and welcome back to Bug Rounds. On this channel we like to discuss all things creepy crawly, so if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel. So guys, this is going to be a talking video, so if that isn't something for you, feel free to check out some of my previous content. I'll pop a little card up here of a random video that you can check out if this isn't your style. Now the reason I'm doing this video is I am attending the Southern INVERT show in Brighton on the 17th of November 2019, which by the time this video comes out will not be that far away. And I have been to quite a few shows now in the past couple of years, and I really remember being so unorganised at previous shows, and it kind of, when you get home you're still full of excitement from the show, but you also may have those minor regrets that if you were more organised these things wouldn't have happened. So perhaps this is your very first show you're attending, perhaps you're looking to attend a show in the future, or maybe you're like me and you have been to a fair few, but you want to check this out and see how you can be more organised for a better experience. So let's go through the list now. Okay, the first thing you can do, pen and paper and write a list. Do you want to see my list? I will reveal you this list. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. That's it. That's not all I'm picking up from the show, but that's all that's on my list. Now, for if you couldn't read that, it says cocoa fibre, moss, corkbug. That is all I write. And the reason being, I don't write species that I'm after, and I don't do that because, let's be honest, I never actually get the thing that I've gone in for. You get overexcited, you see certain species you may not have seen for a long time, you've got a certain budget, boom, you want that, boom, you want that. There is no point in me personally writing a list of species, but if you are only after specifics, that might be worth it for you. The reason I do write this, however, is because of the excitement of that, because of the live animals and seeing friends and talking to traders and just having a great time. Sometimes you forget the basics. Me personally, I've gone in several times and gone, right, cocoa fibre, I'll come back for that. And they've either sold out of all their blocks or I've completely forgotten and gone home without it. And that's the worst thing you can do, is not have your cocoa fibre. I would recommend having some in your house previously as well, just in case you forget or they do run out, so that you've got some ready-made, especially if you end up picking up drier species that prefer a drier environment, because that cocoa fibre will be ready and dry and you won't have to hydrate it and then try and dry it out for that particular species. But I always pick them up at the shows purely for costs. And here's something that I want to get some information from you from as well, especially those over the pond, those in America, in other parts of Europe, things like that. Cocoa fibre in my hometown has rocketed in price. Now, the most expensive I have seen it in a shop for a normal size block, £5. £5. Now I pick them up from the show between £1 and £2 normally. I could kind of push to 3, but 5, that is absolutely ridiculous. So please comment me below, even if you're in the UK too, let me know how much the cocoa fibre is in your area and what part of the world you are in, because I would love to hear that. Moss I put on there because there's normally all kinds of different kinds of moss. In my pet shops we can only get the sphagnum moss, but you get carpet moss and other cool kind of mosses at these shows, which is why I always put that on there. And corkbug is also way more expensive in the shops, so it's really worth going to these shows, and if you're local, go to them just to pick up these essentials if you haven't got a lot of money, because you will save a bomb in the future. The next thing you can do is set up your station at home ready for rehousing and get your essentials, such as water dishes. Now I've got loads of these are for my slightly bigger tarantulas, but I've also got bottle caps and smaller water dishes for smaller spiders. But I will leave a pile out ready for when I get home, because it's often very tiring, especially as this show is over a 5-hour drive for me and I'm not the one driving. But you know, it's still a long way and you're tired when you get home and things need rehousings. So I pop that there. Some enclosures and things. The lid isn't present at the moment because it's got vent holes being drilled in, but enclosures, have them ready, all shapes and sizes. I know you will probably think, well, I'm picking up enclosures, and that's great, but there's no harm in having some backup ones prepared, even if they're just temp home ones, just in case you don't get the type that you're after. Make sure you've also got feeders. That's something I should be adding to this list, and I will do so. Feeders again are cheaper at shows, but always have a few in preparation just in case. So I always have some small prey, some medium prey and some larger prey ready for when I return from the shows. It's a key thing, because if you do go and you do forget your feeders and you've run out at home, then you know, you're going to have to at least wake up the next day and have to rush to the shop. You might have work, you might be too tired. You want to fully enjoy the experience and be able to relax and enjoy your rehousings when you're home. Just have those kinds of things prepared. Another thing I would recommend, pre-orders. Now again, I don't really pre-order species very much unless there's a shop that's come up with something that I never really see. I may pre-order it. But normally I don't really pre-order species, because you may pre-order something from a seller and you may get there and find another seller's got a bigger one or a female version of an unsexed one that you've pre-ordered at a same or less price. So I don't really do many pre-orders of species, but I do try and pre-order enclosures. Now I'm actually having a discussion with the Tarantula Room at the minute about pre-ordering certain enclosures from him. I do really enjoy his enclosures. Once I'm back from the show, I will be putting links to his site and things in the description, as well as I will put it in the description. Now it's a Facebook page, contact the guy, he's brilliant, a lovely chap. I've pre-ordered some enclosures from him. Now what I've actually done here, this is where I've tried to play it smart. I have pre-ordered enclosures for things that I am already planning on rehousing from my current collection. Because if I do that, I know that they come first. They are the ones that I had originally. They will be rehoused, which will then give me their spare enclosures, their current enclosures now, free for anything new I pick up. But I will also go and look for other enclosures for some of the new things I picked up, just in case those ones aren't of the right size. But you are bound to pick up something that will fit in an enclosure something else previously lived in. So pre-ordering to upgrade your own collection's homes will free you up enclosures for the new ones, meaning you can save money. Now there's only 2 more things to go on this list, so I'm sorry if I'm boring you a little bit, but I think some of this information is vital. One of the key things that I have found, and this has worked for me especially at larger shows like the BTS, is bring yourself a freezer bag. Now I'm not talking a little flimsy freezer bag, I'm talking you can get them from Iceland, big chunky carrier bags that are foil lined. And the reason I bring these is they are great in whatever temperature. If it's cold, it can keep things warm, it keeps the cold out. If it's hot outside, it keeps the heat out. They keep a pretty decent temperature, and in winter what I do is I strap a cheap heat pack, just a short one, like an 8-hour one or a 12-hour one that you can pick up from your local pound store, stick it on the inside of there, get some newspaper or packing peanuts, polystyrene chips, things like that, put that in the bag. Then when you've picked up your inverts and you can pop them in there securely like they're packed when they are delivered to you, press them in with all the peanuts, all the packing paper, so that when you're on your way home, you can pop that in the car, it's nice and secure. You can zip these up, these particular Iceland bags I'm talking about. I don't actually have one here to show you right now, but you'll probably see me walking around with the same old tatty bag for a few shows. This is why, guys. I zip that up, and the heat pack is in there and it keeps it warm. It doesn't keep it too hot because they're cheap Poundland ones, but it keeps it nice and warm for the inverts in there. Now because it's a zip, it's still got breathable holes either side, and it just works really, really well for keeping your inverts safe, secure and warm. And last but not least, something that is quite important to me and might be to some of you guys at home, that is plan to see people. Plan it. You don't have to plan exact time and locations, but make sure you see people you want to see. So me as a YouTuber, I have a lot of other YouTuber friends, and although not all of them will be attending the shows, I try my best to find out who is, because I am gutted if I go home without saying hello to that person. If I am too busy filming that I just give them that quick hello when they've walked by or shook their hand, nice to see you, I'll talk to you in a bit, and they've gone home or I've had to go or whatever and I've missed them, I am gutted. Make time for your friends, make sure you chat to them. This is why I always say in my pre-show videos, come and say hello to me. Don't be afraid to tap me on the shoulder, whether I look busy or not. Just do it. If I am busy, I'll say that I'll be there in a moment. Wait for me. I will chat to you, whether you're a YouTuber or subscriber, it doesn't matter. And that's because sometimes it's the only opportunity you get to talk to these people, other than just online, I mean. And I'm really gutted sometimes that I haven't taken enough time to talk to some of the people, like Peter Webster, for example. I found him in the car park at one of the other shows, chatted to him there, chatted for a minuscule bit inside, but I didn't really take the time to stand with him and talk to him. We were all so busy. And just make time for all of your friends. And I'll do the same whether it's a friend that I already have or a friend that I'm about to make. Just make sure you do that. And if you're a viewer and you want to meet some of the YouTubers, it doesn't have to be me, this isn't all about me, but if you've got a favourite that you know is going there, don't be afraid to say hello to them. None of us bite, we're all nice people. Go and say hello and make sure you've got the experience that you want. You might have been a fan of somebody for a long, long time and they're there. Don't be afraid to speak to them. Go up to them, talk to them, because you will go home and regret it else. Oh, I saw such and such and I didn't go and say hello. So make sure, as a viewer, go see these people. As a YouTuber, go and see these other people. Make sure you see your friends and the people that you want to see. You want to chat to a trader that you haven't spoke to in a while. Traders can be busy, but they will make time for you if they can. Just make sure you make time for current and new to become friends, because that is the key thing here, which is why I love spending the night before the shows, meeting up with people as well, because I get that time to see them. I get that time to spend with people that I may not get the chance to see again for several months, or maybe even ever again if they get out of the hobby. So make sure you make time for people. So I would normally say if you want to see what else dwells within the realm, but we haven't even talked about my collection today. But even so, if you do want to see what dwells within the realm at all, please check out previous videos or come back again, because I put videos up multiple times a week. So stick to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you're informed of my future uploads, especially because there is going to be show and pickup footage coming up after the Brighton show, and I really want to show you what I'm going to get. I don't even know what I'm going to get yet. I've got an idea. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. That's going to be it from me. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.